Looking live at Tim Murray and Super Bowl champion Shaun King on VSiN PrimeTime.
Hour 3 of VSiN PrimeTime, presented by BetMGM. That gentleman right there, the pride of Tulane University.
Absolutely. Roll wave.
Now, our next guest, I don't know, might be more famous than you, Shaun.
Not might. Like, call a spade a spade.
I'm trying to be nice to you.
Yes, he's the most famous Tulane alum that I know.
He is Doug Ellin, and he joins us right now, of course, from Entourage fame. Doug, we appreciate it, man. So many things to get to, but, knowing this knucklehead, my condolences first and foremost.
You know what? By the way, two things, and not to get anyone insulted. It's Ellin, which makes it clear I'm not the most famous Tulane alum, but Shaun is a legend. You know, my 4 years at Tulane, I don't think we won a single game, and right after I left, I'm not sure exactly how, but Shaun came in and obviously made Tulane a powerhouse for a minute. So,
Speaking about legendary, for those that have been to New Orleans, you will understand what I'm talking about. For those that have not and plan to, it's a must-see. Doug has on a hat that has the words boot across it. The boot is one of the staples of campus life at Tulane. I spent many a late night, early morning there back when they had penny pitchers. I mean, it was the spot to be. One of my favorite memories from my time in New Orleans is the boot, New Orleans.
Yeah, me too. I mean, it's such a great place to go to school. It's such a great city. And the boot was like the local, it was our college bar, so we would always go there, and everything was open all night. New Orleans still is, and it's just an amazing city and an amazing school. So,
well, we're going to have you on every Tuesday, and I'm so excited for that as we can watch your team, the New York Giants, and see if Brian Daboll is able to do what it seems like no coach in the last decade has been able to, make the Giants relevant. But first of all, how did you become a Giants fan?
So obviously, I mean, I should be a Giants or a Jets fan because I'm a New Yorker, but because I was such a film guy, I was a Ram guy growing up. And I don't know if you guys, there's two movies, but one was Something for Joey, which was about John Cappelletti, who played for the Rams. And one was Heaven Can Wait with Warren Beatty, that were both Rams movies. So I was a Rams fan and an Eric Dickerson fan. But then my brother went to Carnegie Mellon University, and I was there when I was probably, 13 or 14, and the Giants are playing the Steelers in a preseason game. And I'm in the Marriott Hotel, dropping my brother off at school, and I'm playing Asteroids, if any of you guys know what that is.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, this big guy comes in, and I swear to you, it's like the Mean Joe commercial, if anyone remembers that reference. And he's like, "Yo, kid, can I play with you?" And I play Asteroids with this big guy who everyone starts telling me the Giants are there. And then I see him in the lobby. I asked for an autograph, and it was LT, and it was his rookie year. And he signs LT number 56. And I guess I'm actually 12 at this time. And from that moment on, I became a diehard Giants fan. And, I've been to a couple of Super Bowls the Giants played in, and pretty close friends with David Deal, who's a Super Bowl champion. So I've been a real Giant supporter ever since. It has not been a fun ride. I don't want to get cocky about this season because I don't have big expectations, but
it's interesting. Say what's up to Dave, good friend of mine. I work with him. And when you said Rams, I was like, how could someone ever leave a team where the star player has a jerry curl and snow ski goggles on? But then you said it was LT. So in my opinion, the greatest player in the history of the National Football League on defense. Most impactful. If you give me a defense and give me one player in history to start with, it's LT, 10 out of 10.
Yeah, me too. But I mean, look, Eric Dickerson, I wore that jersey in New York when I was really young, and I loved him, and Pat Hayden. And so I was a big Rams fan, but I did make the switch. But unfortunately, I should have started out as a New Yorker, true blue, and probably should have been a Jets fan from Long Island, but that never happened.
We're talking to Doug Ellin, the creator of Entourage. Check out the podcast. It's he and Kevin Conley, who was E, and Kevin Dillon, who was, of course, Vinny's brother there. So one of my favorite shows. How was I supposed to properly phrase it, Shaun?
One of my
favorite top three.
Well, yeah, one of my three favorite shows, right?
So I wanted to kind of do a little exercise with you, Doug. So I want to take the 4 main characters of Entourage. I want to try to see if we can pair each character with an NFL franchise. So we'll start with Vinny Chase, the movie star, buttoned up, kind of keeps everyone afloat in that group. So who would you say in the NFL is Vinny Chase?
God, you're gonna put me in a tough spot here to figure the rest of these out. But Joe Burrow's got to be, to me, the coolest. Everything about that guy. And I'm not a Bengals fan. I've never been, but he's got that vibe that you just feel like you want to hang out with him, and you feel like he's going to deliver for everybody every play. So he would be my Vince. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to come up with the rest of these, but we'll see.
Well, I was thinking more of a franchise, though, right? So, like, Shaun, who would
That's a tough question.
Who would E be as a franchise? Dependable, stable, but
Pittsburgh.
Maybe Pittsburgh. Yeah, I
he'd
think
be
Pittsburgh. What do you think? Pittsburgh Steelers.
Not too flashy.
Yeah, they always just get it done.
Yeah.
They're stable. They've had a couple
Matter of
big
fact
moments.
kind of organization. Yeah.
But I think, they're always there. They always are above 500. I think the Pittsburgh Steelers could be a fair comp to E.
I like it. And I mean, to me, it starts at the top. Tomlin, to me, and I don't know him, I've never met him, but he seems like an E. He seems like a guy that makes sure everybody stays in line. He may not be the guy that wants to party and just wants to make it all happen, and seems to always make it happen with no matter who his team is. So I would go with that. That's fair.
All right. Drama. Now, this is volatile all over the place. Would you say I think the Commanders could be Johnny Drama?
Wow, that has such a negative connotation. I was gonna say Cowboys because Drama always thought he was like Denzel or Sean O'Connery, but
I could say Cowboys.
He never kind of became that through that character. That's kind of the Cowboys, right, Doug? Every year their fan base, this is our year, we're gonna win it all, and they never really do.
You know what? If I had to make my full comparison, the Cowboys are not bad, and I live in the past when the Giants were just a perennial dynasty, and every year looked like it was great. So the Jets would really be the drama because every year my Jet fans come out and tell me how great they're going to be, and every year we got Darnold, we got this one, we got that one, and every year it turns out to be the same disaster. So I would probably go with the Jets.
And by the way, tell Dylan that I saw his latest movie. It's actually pretty good.
Oh yeah, Hot Seat.
Yeah, Hot Seat. Yeah, with a hot seat where he's taped to the seat. It's actually pretty good.
He'll love that you like that.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Well, we'll leave. We'll say the best for last because I got one for Turtle, because Turtle throughout the entire 8 seasons of Entourage was kind of the laughing stock, the mooch, all of that. But at the end of the day, what happens? Turtle becomes a millionaire because of the tequila company. I say the Cincinnati Bengals because, look, that's a franchise that's kind of been the laughing stock. They were the Bungles forever. And what happened last year? Out of nowhere, they win the AFC. They beat the Chiefs. Nobody believed in them. Almost won the Super Bowl. So what do you think about that, Doug? I would say Turtle because of the rise, the slow burn of Turtle. That would be my comp for Turtle, the Bengals.
Well, we'll see if they can get over the hump. And I know your question is about franchises, so I can't go to individuals. But
you can do individual.
Gronk is the closest thing to Turtle I've ever seen. And I had him in the Entourage movie. And honestly, he came on and told me, a friend of his brought him to set, and he told me that he was telling his friends in high school he was going to be on Entourage, and they thought he was out of his mind. So when he showed up on the set of the movie and said, "I want to be in," and it was like Russell Wilson was on the set, I said, "I'll put you in." And Gronk, I'm not kidding, he stayed there till 2 a.m, serving soup to extras, hanging out, and that was right after his leg injury. So he was hurt and hanging out, dancing, and he's just a guy who just seems like he's having a good time at all times, which Turtle was always that kind of guy. No matter what the situation, he was always having fun. So I don't know who the team would be because I don't think if you're not winning in football, you can really have a good time. But Gronk is the guy that I would compare most closely to him.
It's a fair comparison. I mean, people could argue that Gronk had to ride the coattails of Tom Brady, but in his own right, he's a Hall of Famer.
I kind of think Arizona fits Turtle. Kind of, they're just out there. They go to Scottsdale, hang out, have a great time.
Get off to good starts and then stink.
Kingsbury does the draft like in the middle of this $20 million home by himself with a great view. You know, Kyler Murray doesn't look at any film, gets $230 million contract. It just feels like, you know.
Arizona would be Turtle if, like, they found out that tequila was poisonous. Like, it looked like he was going to make $100 million, and then all of a sudden it was just a disaster. But look, I love Tom Brady, who was also on Entourage and in the movie, but no, Gronk did not ride coattails. I mean, you can't get much better. You can't get much better than he is.
We're talking to Doug Ellin. Check out Victory, the podcast, of course, Entourage, the creator, and what a wonderful franchise. I was telling the story to Shaun, Doug. We have a minute left. I was up at the golf tournament in Tahoe a couple years ago and interviewed Bobby Flay. I don't care about his cooking shows. All I brought up was Entourage to him, his eyes widen up. And he gave me, Doug, a piece of Entourage trivia that I did not know, that Bobby Flay was the first person ever to address Ari's wife by her name, Melissa.
I believe that's true. I believe that's true. And Ari's wife was based on my ex-wife, so there was a lot of my own life in that thing. But yeah, Bobby was awesome. You know, it was great to have him.
Well, it was great to have you. And word on the street, Shaun, is it?
We got to get
weekly.
Yes, weekly every Tuesday. Here in this time slot at 5:00. Before we go, 10 seconds. Giants over or under their win total?
6.5.
I'm going to go 7 wins. 7-9. Disappointing season, but, I'll still be watching. So.
All right, great stuff, Doug.
There he is, Doug Ellin, the pride of Tulane. It is VSiN PrimeTime.
Visit VSiN.com to get current odds, listen for free, find showtimes, and download VSiN sports betting podcasts.